I want to ponder a number of questions in relation to the covenant of hell within this video. Do demons need souls to qualify to come to earth? How are demons bred to overcome the covenant? How little angel can remain within them? Are there limits on older demons to come over? And is mortality also something you must have to meet the criteria? So, welcome back to the trenches, and let's begin. So first, what is the covenant of hell? Broadly, this is that no angels can come to earth on God's side due to the damage they could do, and for the court of the seven-headed serpent, no pure demons, i.e. fallen angels, can come to earth from that side either. The hunters of the left-handed path are an interesting part of the covenant of hell, in that they don't seem to be part of it. They've been around, it seems, since before the angels fell to earth. When I say fell to earth, I of course mean fell to hell. They hunt within the wilds of hell and worship ancient forgotten legends. Now they can come to earth along with the members of the court. They are seemingly demons from an older era, and they can come when the hunt is on. They also seem to use goetic magic, perhaps indicating this form of magic may also be older than the current court. Just a thought that came to me whilst making this video. It seems to be specifically the demons that fell that can't come to earth, those who are angels and older beings perhaps, left over from an older regime, are not bound by it. And you can also come over if you are made from angel in a very small way, a little sliver left of that is acceptable. We have an example in Succoth Benoth, child of Baphomet, one of countless offspring of the fecund Lord Baphomet, who being a hermaphrodite gives birth to his own children. It's also noted he demands intestines and eyes of captured enemies and animals to be sacrificed to him on altars so he can add them into the foulness of his body. So again, that could be the demon doing the animal-demon hybrid thing with a bit of human thrown in there. Within other law we have other examples. The praetor, a type of commander or magistrate within hell, is one example, but all tells us the following. In truth, praetors are twisted bastard offspring of a beast such as a hyena or jackal and a devil, granting each praetor demonic cunning and bestial strength. The devil part means some of them is still a celestial being. Another example of this, breeding to get around the covenant, is yoke fiends. The law states they are twisted stillbirths of cursed devils, 1,000 generations, growing ever more debased and feeble, and crossbred with beasts of the field by the sadistic infernal biopriests. But a small shard of angelic power remains within them, and in terms of what beasts we have, this line. They exhibit bestial features, such as horns and hooves of cattle or goats, ape-like limbs and immensely dense bones. Now from the two bits we have there, the devils are made less angelic by having them breed with the hyena, jackal, cattle and goats, maybe over several generations, so they are proof to not break the covenant of hell. I take the ape part in that law as just being descriptive. I can only assume these animals are taken from earth and sent over to hell, though I can't see any animals behaving when brought over to hell. Something will be needed to shield them. Perhaps some are kept and bred in pens so they can be added into the mix, and it would make sense to have a stock of them on hand. Not all animals are made of the same strength, and it could be that some are not suitable for the task. They may not survive. And this made me wonder if the breeding was done with these creatures is also done so the demons have some sort of soul. From the animal side, let's look at some real-world law. So firstly, do angels, even fallen ones, have souls? According to gotquestions.org, the answer is no. There are other biblical hints that angels are without souls. Human souls need atonement. God protects and purifies souls, and a soul can be either lost or saved. None of these qualities apply to angels. Angels do not need to be purified, atoned for or saved. It also describes how Jesus is superior to angels and teaches that his salvation is for humans, not angels. The Son did not come to help angels. He came to help the descendants of Abraham. What about fallen angels? It would appear not. They will be judged, and Satan will be cast into the lake of fire for all eternity. Humans, on the other hand, do have the opportunity to avoid judgment through the blood of Christ. So if the demons don't have souls, Is that why in part they need the animals, along with lessening their nearness to angelic powers, to come over to Earth? So the question becomes, do animals have souls? So this can be given the demon according to Catholic.com. The answer is yes. The soul is the principle of life. Since animals and plants are living things, they have souls, but not in the sense in which human beings have souls. Our souls are rational, theirs aren't, and ours are rational because they're spiritual, not material. Animals and plants can't do anything which transcends the limitations of matter. Although some animals seem clever, they don't actually possess conceptual intelligence. They can't, for instance, conceive of the abstract notion of justice, and they also carry no sense of morality. So it's a maybe with this element of the covenant. With other beings such as the hunters being able to come across, I think we could take this either way. And the last criteria I would like to look at when popping over from hell is, do the demons have to have an element of mortality to them to counter the immortal part that was put into them? Because it seems angels are immortal. God created the angels before the worlds began, but unlike us, they will never grow old nor die. They are sinless spiritual beings, and throughout eternity they will continue to serve God and praise Him. Even those demonic angels that join Satan in rebelling against God will never die, but will be cast into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. And so clearly breeding the animals will over time give them that effect. They might better come to earth and hold to the covenant. So we have a few possible elements that might lead to the creation of demons within the trench law to factor into or to explain how this allows them to invade Earth and be bound by the covenant still. So let me know if you agree with the elements I have suggested, or do you think there are more that might be met? Do you think they might be more human breeding? There is a mention in the Pareto law of it having one human face, but I have put this down to the human face being the angel's face. Though I could be wrong on that. Let me know what you think and what do you like to see on the channel. We have the law drops over, it seems like every week, sometimes every other week or so, that I will continue to cover, and obviously the speculative videos like these. There's also the Trench Crusade crossover with Creature Caster called The Great Hunger. I have some rough scripts for that. One was the Black Grail versus the Great Hunger, and a more general one covering the lore for the different beings that will be within the Great Hunger. But I really want the full lore for that and some art before I cover them, and it's been delayed till I think it was October. But they are a cool upcoming faction, and if you like this video on the Trench Crusade, then you might also like this video. And if you want a lot of videos on the Trench Crusade, then I have a playlist on the channel. I also cover 40k, which has a lot of DNA crossover with Trench Crusade in terms of the real world lore it draws on. That has two playlists on the channel. One is dubbed The Dark Age of Technology. It talks about a particular period of highly advanced tech in the history of terror within 40k, and the other has everything on it. And lastly, I have a Dune playlist on the channel, which I've not put anything new into for a while, and the audio quality may vary if I'm honest with you, because I started doing that early on before I got this better mic, but it's still probably worth a listen.